Hey everyone, it's Austin here, and thanks for watching this New Year's Eve, or New Year's update, should I say. Today we're just going through the weather between now, New Year and beyond, and it's looking very unsettled, zonal, some colder and milder interludes, lots of rain, so I'll just go through it with the GFS, GEM, ECMWF, and weather.com and the UKV charts. So starting with the GFS, let's look at the pressure. This is the 12Z run that came out earlier today. Starting today, we have low pressure tomorrow, low pressure as well. A bit cooler tomorrow with winds from the northwest, so showers mega wintry in the north. And then on we go into the 30th of December, more low pressure from the Atlantic, rain, winds, the usual. New Year's Eve sees low pressure coming in over us, more or less, so go a bit cooler, but still with showers around. And then New Year's Day, we get a slack northwesterly winds and a little low coming through. That could give some rain. If it's cold enough, a bit of wintriness. Some models have it developing into quite a deep low pressure and have it going through the south of Ireland. On the northern side, there could be some wintriness in the rain, and then going through past that into the opening days of January. Tuesday, the 3rd of January, looks quite chilly. Well, it depends, because we've high pressure over us, right? And if we go put the upper air temperatures on, yeah, it's actually quite chilly. The temperatures are below 0 at 850 HPA, and it's generally quite chilly in a synoptic pattern if you got it below 0 at 850 HPA. So it can be a bit frosty with that. But as we go through into the 4th of January, high pressure brings in a southeasterly winds that will bring it a bit cooler off the continent, some cooler air off the continent, which may have some effects in giving us more frost, around freezing it at 850 HPA. Again, I'll just go through it. So this is temperature at a level where the average pressure is around 850 hectopascals or millibars, and this equates to around 1.5 kilometers or 1,500 meters. So, and the numbers are on the lines here, so you can see the little bold lines that go through. Say this is the 5 Celsius isotherm through here. This is the 0 Celsius isotherm through here. This is the -5 Celsius isotherm through here, and the -10, and on, either warmer or colder. And it's a good indication of what the surface conditions are like, as these temperatures aren't influenced by solar radiation or things like those. So they're very representative of the air mass you're in, put it that way. So if we go back to the pressure then, and into the 5th of January, we see a big southwesterly wind developing, and that goes very mild there before a cold front comes through at the end of the 5th of January, and we go into the 6th looking a bit cooler, a bit drier, but then more low pressure comes in from the west. We go a bit quite cold there on Sunday the 8th of January. Look at that, -5 Celsius isotherm at 850 HPA coming through the country, so that being wintry showers, especially to the west and north. And on it goes. That low pressure stays with us until Monday, the 9th of January. High pressure builds in for a short time, maybe a frost there on that night, and then same story. Low pressure comes in off the Atlantic, and we get another warm sector on the 13th of January. So looking very zonal. Zonal basically means we've got low pressure around Iceland and Greenland, high pressure around the Azores and Spain. Flat westerly wind comes in. Not always flat westerly, you get some southwesterlies and northwesterlies, but not a great mainly just a westerly flow, put it that way. Not really coming from the northwest or the southwest, mainly just a westerly flow, but with cooler and milder air masses coming through. GEM then, so hover with the mouse over the hours, and you go through today and tomorrow, low pressure in the Atlantic, same old story. Now watch. I think this run, what happened? No, that chart's not available for some reason for midday on New Year's Eve, so I'll just ignore that, and we'll move through into New Year's Day, and look at this low pressure. It's a bit more distinct, put it that way. Let me get back to New Year's Day. It keeps doing this. Anyway, so there we go. Low pressure right over the country. You can see there's a 0 Celsius isotherm here, 5 Celsius isotherm over the southeast of England, and -5 Celsius isotherm across Scotland. And this contrast will develop this low pressure, and there's chance of wintriness on the northern edge of that low pressure. As it clears through into early January, again, bring up that mild southwesterly. Not much of high pressure coming in across the country with a GEM, so no frost with that, just mild cloudy weather probably. And that just we continue with that right until the very end of it, where it could get a bit cooler and more Atlantic driven by the 7th of January. And that's it really. ACMWF then, hover again. Starting today with low pressure over the country, westerly winds, showers. We'll go through tomorrow a bit cooler, wintry in the north with showers. And then again into 30th of December, more low pressure coming in, more rain, or heavy rain there on the 30th actually. New Year's Eve, low pressure coming into the country, so we go cooler on that day. See, temperatures are lowering as we go through. The 0 Celsius isotherm goes into the UK, and temperatures that are below freezing as 850 HPA come in from the northwest. Look at this little low pressure, right? It goes through, and on Sunday it just sits to the southwest, and we just go through into the 2nd of January, Monday. It goes into the UK, and as I said, on the northern and western sides of the low, there could be a bit of wintriness, not snow necessarily, could just be icy rain. And then going on into the 4th of January, high pressure over Germany brings up this southeasterly wind, and quite cool with that as well, so it could be frosty. And then off we go into the 5th of January, and we look like that. Very similar to the GFS run, where we go cooler for a time, but then low pressure comes in off the Atlantic again, and on we go, more low pressure coming in. Look at that, very westerly to the end, the ECM run. Now, you'll see the chance for wintriness from this run from the ECMWF for precipitation type. So let's actually go through into tomorrow. Sort of wintriness over the mountains in the north, and then as we go into Friday, rain coming up from the south. I actually did not see this when I was going through this myself. It turns to sleet in the north of the country, but that quickly turns back to rain as mild air comes through. And then we go on into Saturday, New Year's Eve, stay like that, quite dry, a bit chilly. Into Sunday then, look at this little low pressure. Comes up. You can see on the northern edge of this, we have freezing rain, sleet, ice pellets, all that sort of stuff. It's coming into quite cold air, look, below freezing, and it's colliding with that air. Let's go through. Look, wintriness. There's wintriness embedded in it. Not snow, but it's wintry. So that's a bit of a hazard. If I just look at that, freezing rain. That's when air falls out the sky. If I lift it up, it should go warmer. Yeah, it does. It does. So if I just so I'll come back to explaining freezing rain. It's basically when snow falls out the sky, it goes through a milder layer of the atmosphere, melts into rain, and the surface temperatures are still below freezing, and it doesn't have enough time to refreeze before it hits the ground. So it's what you call super cooled water that is below freezing and that hasn't frozen. And as it hits the frozen ground, it instantly freezes and creates an ice rink. So that's very, very dangerous and treacherous. So you do want to watch out for that if this is correct and we see that on New Year's Day. So you see, right, around this area is where you get the freezing rain. That's where it's showing it. Temperature, surface temperatures, -1 degree. I lift it up. We're going through up through the atmosphere here. 950 HPA, 600 meters, -1 degrees, -1 degree. Oh, it changed 2 degrees. See, so it will melt as it goes through this little section of the atmosphere. It's freezing at 900 HPA, which is 900 meters. So it's a good chunk of it, chunk of the atmosphere where the snow will melt. It will hit the surface and as rain and just freeze as it hits the surface. So that's something to watch out for. You see snow over the mountains of Galway, and as we go through, more snow in the northwest, bit of wintry just in the northwest, and that moves eastwards across the country through the night of the 1st of January. So you can see wintriness going across there, and then Wicklow's wintry by 3 AM on Monday, the 2nd of January, and that goes through. So I'm just showing you there's wintry potential on New Year's Day. So just watch out for that. I'll keep you posted here, obviously, of course. UKV charts then. So starting today, the 28th of December, snowing across Scotland, raining across Ireland as usual, showery. As we go through, more showers tomorrow, especially in the west as usual. They don't really get towards the east very often, but a few get into the east tomorrow. We go into the 29th of December and into the 30th, let's say, especially on the 30th, we get lots of heavy rain coming in off the Atlantic. And look, pay attention to this feature that we see. See this? I'll zoom in, and there we go. This little, I don't want that. This line of very, very intense rainfall. It could be hail as well. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's perfect. That is what you call a squall line. It's where you get line convections. So say winds merge together, and on the front, and the air. Obviously, if the air collides, it can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna get past you." No, it's forced upwards. It's forced upwards to create convection. These big towering clouds, cumulus clouds or cumulonimbus clouds on the front, and it forms a line of very intense rain or hail, strong gusty winds, and possible lightning and thunder. Like I saw on November 24th, I went through that in my Boxing Day special, where I got a squall line, and there was lightning, thunder, torrential rain, downbursts. Not a downburst, but a whiteout of rain. It was like a very small hurricane, and it just came through, knocked power out, very loud thunder. That is a similar feature, but I don't think that would be so thundery, simply because it's coming on the 30th of December. If it's thundery, then I'll be very amazed. As we go through, then that clears through on Friday morning. We go through into showery conditions then, and into New Year's Eve morning. More rain comes through, showery then, and it goes colder on New Year's Day. And there's this feature that the ECMWF brought much further northwards. This time it brings it further southwards, and also has it falling all from 12 PM till 5 PM, I say 4 or 5 PM, the warmest part of the day. And because of this, it's all falling as rain on this run. If I put on the 2 meter temperature, look at that, 4 or 5 degrees. If it came in the morning or the evening, that would be wintry, because it would be cooler. Look at the morning, cooler, evening, cooler. So just something to watch. This has it as rain for now though. Get rid of this. And to go through into should I say the 2nd of January, we go cooler as well. Okay, that's it for today's video. I'll be back tomorrow with another update, and I have special videos over New Year's Eve, and possibly Friday as well. For now, we're done. Bye for now.